Hey guys, and welcome to another 3BR live stream. Today we're doing Infinity with the Good Boys. This is an RPG based on the Corvus Belli war game system Infinity, set in a near future setting where life is easily replenishable through silk, and we have conquered a chunk of the galaxy. I don't know. I'm going to throw that over to the DM for when he gets ready to tell us what we're going on.
Hey everybody, I'm Julio. I'm the GM for this game. Today we're going to be diving into the wonderful world of Infinity created by Corvus Belli through the RPG created by Modifius. We are, as of right now, or at least our characters are, in the world of Verona, specifically on an orbital around the world of Verona. This world was colonized by one of the great hyperpowers of that formed on the Earth after the 21st century, Panoceania, and it is one of the one of the richest and most luxurious planets in the entire human sphere. Human sphere referring to the sphere of influence of the human race in space. When we left our intrepid band of adventurers, they were on their way to the shuttle belonging to the Toha delegate they were on this station to protect, Kaari Suran. When after her retinue of other Toha operatives was assaulted by a group of security officers from the orbital itself, surprising even the security manager, and pretty much leaving everybody shocked. As our characters were making their way to the shuttle, suddenly there was a huge explosion in the middle of the hotel resort that makes the center of this orbital. And then we go over to our players. You guys are right now entering the shuttle. When you hear that a heavy clanging sound and the shuttle itself shakes violently.
Oh no.
Are any of us spacers?
Yes, me specifically. Antonio is so spacer you don't even know.
So
Whatchamacallit? He is actually worried that none of you guys have pressure suits, do you?
Nope.
I'm a dog. Do they even make pressure suits for me?
Nope.
I am quite sure they do. Star Armada is a thing.
They
I'm
might
gonna look up
later on.
antipode spacesuit. I mean pressure suit.
This is
Oh
definitely
my god,
set
you're gonna look
before.
like Cosmo.
This is definitely set before Ariadna started their humble space program. So
Their
as of
little
yet,
Cosmo float.
I am not
Yeah.
getting very helpful results on Google. Sorry.
there is no Cosmoflot as of right now. So
Ruh-roh.
row indeed, very Scooby-Doo of you.
I do not have any training in that, so.
Oh my god. Yeah, I rush you guys in even further into the into the shuttle. You guys have no business being outside. My power armor is sealed against the vacuum of space. So, like, if station goes breach right now, I'm okay, but you guys are not.
So we get into the tunnel, into the shuttle. I'm still devil dog form.
Yeah, go right in. Don't you have less business than usual being outside in the vacuum of space?
Our poor little doggo ears are gonna be so uncomfortable.
Yeah, seriously. I look at Kari. What noise?
She is at this moment in a panic. Her companion is standing next to her, with his hand on her shoulder. She just shakes her head, but he says, it sounds like docking clamps.
Why no dock?
These are emergency docking clamps. There were already regular docking clamps when we came in.
Johnny turns to not Rodrigo.
Antonio.
Johnny turns to Antonio. Extra dock?
Antonio would know that some circulars or some space stations usually secure any vessels that are connected to it when they are linked to the surface of a planet and that link is broken.
So the circular link to the planet has been broken.
Yeah.
So it's literally technically free falling in orbit right now.
Yes, it would be free falling if it was a free fall height. You don't know whether this one is a free fall height or
We
not.
don't know what Lagrange point they are right now.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's like, oh, we got like T minus X minutes till we drift away where we fall down.
Yeah.
There's one or the other. That's it. Okay. Do we know visibly where these clamps are? Or do I know where the control room might be for this?
Yes, it would be 2 floors below you on the mechanical center of the dock.
You're coming in low again, Kat.
She's a shy octopus.
Switch to the other mic.
I'll just talk a little louder for right now.
Perfect.
Would I be able to hack it so he doesn't have to go to 2 floors and like kind of do it from inside instead of sending people outside where we have no idea what the fuck is going on?
Roll me a hacking roll, but just for degrees of success. This one doesn't have a set difficulty.
Okay, so still 2d20. It's 2 successes. Right, I have a 15, I think, for hacking.
I think so. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I have a 15 for hacking.
So, being a nomad, first of all, you do know that most emergency systems are not remotely accessible when it comes to an emergency like this. But you also know that if you wanted to override any kind of security that worked with these emergency docking clamps, you had to do it at the place. You have to make a physical connection to the computer.
Okay, well, I gotta go with you. We can't do this without me.
Further question: does the Doha delegate ship have? I know this is a diplomatic component, but I look at at Kari's companion and I'm like, do you guys have heavy ordnance on board?
Of the shuttle?
Antonio just opens his hands and he's like,
Definitely not on the shuttle. This is a diplomatic shuttle.
I look at Laddie, and I can speak with Laddie in Antipode, so... And this is why you don't trust Pano diplomats.
you know, implying the Ariadnans could ever be trusted to not bring guns or ships to any sort of diplomatic mission.
Yeah, you ask an Ariadnan, hey, don't bring guns, they're going to be very offended.
It's like,
Laddie
this
doesn't have any
is
guns.
part of my religion.
Yeah, guns is part of my religion, exactly.
Do you guys have D charges?
Not on board.
No. Now I'm turning to my Ariadnan compadres. Like, do you guys bring demolition charges?
Chopper, cod, shotgun.
Damn it! I only have electromagnetic grenades, but that would just put the clamps on lock mode as opposed to
smoke.
Oh, it's a concept as a Pan-Oceanian I do not understand. I have read about it in books and in like theory papers, but we're not allowed to have it for some reason.
Some war game humor there for you.
Yeah.
So we have to get through the thing.
Yeah, we have to fucking. These are heavy-duty clamps. I can't chop my way through them. Sadly, I don't have a monofilament weapon.
Don't tempt me. I have a Tessium chopper and a lot of strength.
Yeah, but like I could go outside to the vacuum of space and start like working on it. If we had D charges, that's what I would have done. But
Wouldn't it just be easier to hack the system and
yeah, at this
let
point,
down?
Should we not also be concerned about your Sorry. What about civilians?
We have one mission, one mission only right now, and that priority is the safety of the diplomat here. Her death could cause an international is an intergalactic incident.
At this point, you'll hear a chime coming from the intercom, and it's station-wide. It's doom, doom, doom. Attention, attention, all personnel, please gather in the main plaza.
No.
Is there any way that I can see into the system to see what's going on or how much damage has been to? Because it's a station, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what. Is there any way that I can see what damage is going on before we go outside?
For sure. Roll me another degrees of success hacking roll.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
She's pretty good at this.
Fantastic. So you do know that several station systems are compromised. Life support is perfectly fine. There has been an explosion. You can tell which room it is. It was actually the Coyote's room that exploded. The fire control system is already in place, and there were no fatalities, but there were several people wounded that are being right now carried by med remotes to the infirmary.
You guys need to see this. The explosion came from Kara's room.
So
Could we have
Johnny leans over and looks at her
My pad.
your pad.
Yeah.
We were just in there.
You guys didn't see anything weird? Or smell anything weird?
Didn't smell anything either.
To be fair, we were not very good sniffers.
We were in a hurry.
I turned to the diplomat. Somebody was obviously trying to kill you. This wasn't just some vacation, was it?
At this point, she turns on you and she says, I kind of gathered.
It's from the being shot at too. I asked Z if she can hijack the cameras and then take a look at the plaza where everyone's supposed to gather, and then I asked.
I'm still tapped into the cameras. I should still be, so I
Yes.
should definitely be able to see without going outside.
Yeah,
Yeah, Z still has access to most of the main camera system.
I would like Z to continue to monitor that, and then like if possible, me and Johnny to go down to the control room and then try to access the clamps and try to release them from there.
When you take a look at your pad, you actually see that in the plaza, a lot of people are gathering, and they're gathering around the central fountain.
That's what the announcement had said.
Yeah.
So, people are gathering exactly how the announcement said.
You
I don't
see,
know.
you see some of the security personnel. They have some people and providing counseling, and taking care of anybody that might be panicking and stuff like that. The guy that you saw before, Steven Chu, the other security guy, he's directing efforts right now to move the wounded out of the area from the room to the infirmary.
So the explosion was contained then
Yeah.
already? Okay.
Yeah, there's no fire or anything. It's already mostly just blasts.
So we don't
remains in
need
that area.
to unclamp and, get out of here.
Porcelain. Space safer?
Honestly, like what Antonio Neil explained it, his rationalization is that if that announcement did not come from the security forces, considering they were all surrounding us at the moment, this could easily be a terrorist situation linked with the guys that already attempted an attack on the diplomat, and they could be rounding up all members of the plaza to take hostages. So including ourselves and the diplomat in that situation is just going to be doing nothing but compromise our situation even further.
Laddie, J-Dog, undo clamps. Porcelain, Inky, protect.
Sounds reasonable to me. Do you guys have a Okay. You guys have a way for Z to hook through your connection, through your little Pip Boy, into the system?
Yes.
Okay.
I can do that.
So, considering the incompatibility of Nomad systems and Ariadne systems, you
Oh.
can try and jerry rig the wireless connection, but it would be a difficulty to hacking roll.
Laddie, I forget. Did this version of Laddie actually have any hacking skills so that you can help her?
One of my rolls did. Intelligence, like tech. No, he's worthless. He's only Doctor Dog.
Oh, right. This one's Dr. Dog. Sorry.
Dr. Dog.
Yeah.
Dr. Dog.
I just want to get back. I might have it on my old phone. Julio, if I can find my first version of Laddie, will you let me use him?
Yeah, why not?
So,
All right, I'm gonna look for him.
The alternate personalities of Laddie.
I can contribute the tech to the hacking roll as well.
Okay.
I'm not fantastic at it, but I have an 11 and a focus, so
Well, if you're assisting, what you do is you add a d20 to it. So.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we have momentum. We could use a momentum thing.
Well, right now you
Oh
don't.
yeah. Oh, I
No,
thought we
this,
did.
this the scene resets every session, so we have
Oh.
no momentum right now.
We haven't gotten any
Oh.
momentum.
I forgot
You
to
could
fix-
use an infinity point, but that would just give Julio heat.
Well, the screen is lying to us because it says we have 6.
Well, you can pay me heat without using the infinity point.
Go ahead and not 9, 12. Go ahead and you. Oh, we don't have any momentum. But the 3 dice should be enough with your 15.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt. I mean, why not? Give it a shot. So
Yeah, buddy. Do you have
You
a?
are
Yeah.
the best cephalopod.
Do you have a
Oh yeah. And there you go. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had to roll my d20, but
No.
there you go.
oh, still good. That was great. It's
Yeah,
so funny.
you're
Since
pretty much-
playing D&D, I'm like rolling. I normally roll really bad, but that's like good here, so I'm kind of excited.
So to give you an idea of how difficult this is, you're trying to connect, like a latest generation iPhone to a tape computer, like one of those old, yeah.
She still got
So
4
but
successes.
you managed to do it. You managed to do it because you're that good.
I got skills. It's just a little rewiring. It's no big deal. I can do this.
Yep.
All tentacles on hand, on deck.
Yeah. You rig a little antenna and everything, like it's ready.
Upgrades.
Okay. You guys are ready. This little guy, pat, pat, pat.
Okay, so Laddie and Johnny, can you put a map on my Pip-Boy so I know where I'm going?
I do have access to all of that, right? I should be able to just pass over.
Laddie looks extremely offended. He has a very good sense of direction.
Laddie, do you actually have a weapon? I forget.
He has a chopper.
Okay, good. Okay, so like Laddie and me, chopper, like weapons in hand with our best do not mess with us O12 badges, like visible faces, are walking to where we need to be getting going.
All right.
I'm
In order to go
watching
down,
cameras, making sure that nothing happens to them, nothing's where they're going, keeping them, aware of it all. I got eyes everywhere.
in order to go downstairs, you do need to go back to the plaza and take the central stairs because it's one big, fire stairs section on each part of there's like a cross of large hallways, one leading to the docks, one leading to the spa area, etc., etc. And the one from the docks has the fire stairs. You need to walk towards there to reach it.
Okay.
You make your way in that direction. You do see that people have been gathering for a while. Apparently, the great majority are right now in the central plaza. And right as you start getting ready to open the fire door and descend down the stairs, a projection of a man in a very nice classic style suit with a one of those faceless masks that are known throughout the Nomad Nation, appears as a hologram on top of the central fountain. And he begins speaking. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly beg for your attention. Believe me, you're not going to want to miss this. My name is Guingole, and I am absolutely elated to make all of your acquaintances. First of all, please allow me to apologize profusely for the unsightly incidents you have just borne witness to. It is so unfortunate that some individuals have so little regard for rules and regulations. Please rest assured, those responsible are being dealt with as we speak. Now, moving on to the reason why I have gathered you all here today. As you most likely will have noticed by now, this beautiful orbital has been rendered incapable of communicating with the outside world, as well as isolated in any means of transport. This is definitely a bummer. However, every cloud, as they say, has a silver lining. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to bear witness to one of the most exciting contests anywhere in the universe. Ultimate Regicide! And there's like fanfares and explosions going on, little AR fireworks. In this very station, there are currently 6 VIPs, each protected by an elite team of operators from everywhere around the human sphere, and maybe even beyond. On his mask, you see that it forms the shape of a little winky face, and SI art. Each of these teams will completing to eliminate the VIP belonging to the others while keeping their own safe and sound. In order to do this, they are all free to employ any means at their disposal, up to and including lethal force. More AR fireworks. But that's not all. Cleverly hidden among you fine folks, there are 6 elite assassins, each of them tasked with eliminating one of the VIPs. Oh yes, I think we can all agree we're absolutely in for a treat. And what is the price, you ask? Well, nothing less than this. There's a clearly robotic humanoid that approaches, and in the shape of a woman, and is carrying a very strange-looking comlog. You can tell it's a comlog because every comlog more or less looks the same. But this one does not look like anything you've seen before in the human sphere. A comlog belonging to a sadly deceased officer in the More and Aggression Force, complete with communication codes, access daemons, and even an EI hacking device. Ooh. People in the audience are kind of like, what?
Did he just do it himself?
Yeah. How exciting! Now, unfortunately, all of this news is not good. Turns out one of our contestants engaged in a bit of cheating by pulling the trigger early. Literally. Before the contest could properly get underway. Boo, boo. But not only that, he violated the very first rule every team will have to abide by. Do not, under any circumstances, harm the civilians. Our beautiful audience must be protected. This contestant detonated the bomb you were all unfortunately subjected to, wounding several people but thankfully causing no deaths. Because of his actions, before we officially begin our little contest and reveal our target, we will be having a bonus round. The picture of a man in his late 60s with a clerical collar appears in front of him. Former ingloriously excommunicated Father Ernst Twill is the leader of a little-known terrorist group calling themselves Prima Terra, who, despite his relative obscurity, has made the cut for a little contest. He is the man responsible for the unpleasantness we have all unfortunately been subject to. During this bonus round, all teams are tasked with hunting down and disposing of dear Father Twill. Before his assassin manages to do so, the team that manages this task will be given access to a safe room we have prepared, where the VIP will be entirely untouchable for the first 24 hours of the contest. Oh, I'm excited. Are you excited? Let the bonus round begin! It disappears.
John is like,
Fuck.
it's a game!
Me too.
I imagine that this man that just appeared in front of us must look like the Grand Master in Thor Ragnarok. He must. There's only one solution. He's got to be Jeff Goldblum.
Yes!
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Okay.
Also, Laddie is thrilled for a game.
Antonio is not thrilled. he's reminding Laddie and Johnny on comms that it's like, if we get out of the station, we're gonna avoid all of this nonsense.
But then we don't
But
win
we
the
want
game.
to win, don't we?
This is why panel people don't like Ariadnes.
She's a nomad. We're not all Ariadnans.
Yeah.
You guys are rubbing off on her. It's just fur-based allergies or something.
You see some people in the crowd begin to scatter and like move in different directions. Some of them are looking pretty hyped, actually. And others, look reasonably worried. The security team is looking at each other like, "What the hell is going on here? I don't understand."
I open my Pip-Boy. Inky, you see priest?
No. Go to the emergency clamps and undo the emergency clamps.
Yes, sir.
Can I get a list of who these VIPs are?
Just, for curiosity.
Yeah, just because is it all political? Is this like a political game show kind of kill them?
Antonio guesses that
Are there any Pano diplomats we should kill?
This has not been revealed
Laddie
yet
wonders.
because it's part of the bonus round right now.
Z, you do have a manifest of all guests that you extracted before. Ernst Twill is not among the people in that manifest.
Also, look how much attention Antonio is paying to the game. He clearly wants to play.
He wants to not play. The only way to win is to not play. Let's get our diplomat out of here.
I imagine that Laddie's thoughts in his head are like very clean and articulate, but like in like sick, super thick Scottish. So Johnny gets it, but he doesn't talk. He doesn't really say anything because he's a dog. He has a dog voice box.
Once I'm in dog face, I find it difficult to string sentences together. So whatever, we can talk to each other.
Big monster.
As soon as I give Antonio the yes sir, let's go, Laddie. Let's go save our diplomat.
Oh,
Yeah, Antonio's like Captain Catholicism, and he's like, "Johnny, don't smash."
I mean,
Johnny is a good soldier.
We'll get out and still kind of play a little.
Look, if we incidentally kill any of these people that are part of the game, that's fine. But Antonio is 100% concerned with his mission, and he's trying to reach O12 in comms, like, as much as he can right now. Like, he's like, if we can reach, because any communications we can get out, if we can get some Starmada folk in on here, some additional Santiago Knights, like, we can clean up the situation, something good.
Are you trying to comm out of use long range comms to contact anybody? You actually do not get you don't get any signals outside.
Can I even hail the Toha mothership? Well, not the mothership, but the actual ship as opposed to the shuttle.
Just all white noise right now.
And it's Toha tech, so I wouldn't even be able to jerry-rig something even if I...
I'm pretty sure you have to like make out with her or something for
Was the
the
space station just hijacked, or is this like part of what the space station does? Just as like background, because I'm not sure if what is happening with the whole game show thing is a normal.
See, that makes sense because Z as a nomad wouldn't know if this is normal or not, because this kind of shit is pretty normal with the nomads. But no, this is not normal for Royal Spacer Interplanetary,
That's why.
Just some regular everyday fun.
Excited for this. This sounds like an interesting. This job took a fun turn, but I guess everybody else, like Antonio, would obviously be freaking out.
Yeah.
And being like, no.
Like battle royales are not a new thing for you, but to the average Panosianian, yeah.
Okay. So I want to be going through the passenger list and seeing if I can kind of like narrow down who these 6 VIP people are while they're going. I guess we're still going to take off the clamps anyway, right? That's still our main goal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Z, if you're gonna go through the list, roll me analysis or lifestyle.
Hold on.
Can I
Analysis
assist with
or
lifestyle?
lifestyle?
Yeah, whichever you prefer. And yeah, you can assist Antonio.
I can, yeah, like whether it's analysis or
Analysis.
lifestyle.
Sure.
Yeah, I can provide assistance with either.
Okay. So, do I roll it or do you roll
No,
it?
he rolls 2 dice and he rolls 1 die and you roll 2.
Okay. Is an 11 pass? Like if I hit the number, or it has to be under?
You hit
No,
the number.
If you hit the number, you're good.
Yeah, match or lower. All right, and you said you were doing analysis?
Analysis, which I have an 11 and a level analysis.
Okay, me too. Got it. It's 3
right.
successes.
That's 3 successes. So there are 2 names on the guest list that do pop up at you a little bit. One of them, you know, because you are Nomad, or you've heard in passing. It's Vadim Kovalev. He is from Tunguska, and he is a big name banker of the Bank of Tunguska. And the other one that you also...
That's one of the Nomad ships, right?
Yeah. The other one is Leah Stevens, which Antonio points out. She is a big shot of one Pan-Oceanian corporation that deals with transport. Can't remember the name.
These are
of it right
possible
now.
VIPs.
Big shot in transport.
So we have Leah Stevens is a transporter, and what was
Yes.
the other one?
Vadim Kovalek, a banker on the Tunguska, one of the Nomad ships.
Yeah.
Vadim Kovalev.
Kovalev. Okay.
Okay.
I like that. So far no Ariadnans.
Yeah. Leah Stevens, she works for Tristerion Confidential Courier Services.
Transtherium?
Tristerion.
Tristerion. I'll send it over the
Discord.
Oh yeah, please, because I know whatever I'm spelling out here is absolutely atrocious. But if you can send me.
And I'll also send you Vadim's name.
Yeah.
How's the path to where we're headed while they're hacking?
There are workers around, and a couple of them, you know, they at first get in your way a little bit, like, I'm sorry, employees only, we're in a state of emergency, but then they see your O12 badges and they tell you, okay, you know, do what you must. It's you're the law.
Those are brave people.
Just our O12 badges. It's not the fact that I'm an antipode and he's a giant dog face. Whatever.
No, because I mean, you see a lot of people here that they look like, you know, rugged, like worker types. There's also a few helots who they see aliens every day for them. So, like, to them, you're just weird humans. You know, they don't really care.
All right.
So you make your way down to the place where the clamps are operated, and you see that there's like a ledge on top and a ledge below, and the 2 arms holding the clamps to the shuttle, they have been welded in place.
Don't like that.
I open my Pip-Boy. Camera, and I turn it so that they can see what I'm looking at. Welded. Break it?
Can you?
Aye.
Do you guys have any tools?
The welds are on the outside. You can see it through a viewing window, but they are definitely on the outside of the station.
What does an entrenching tool do?
It's basically a flip shovel.
It's a combat shovel.
I can use my combat shovel on it.
No, it's outside. We can't get there. It's in the space
That'd
place.
be a very fast end if you tried to use your combat shovel on them.
I don't want to go into
Can you
zero
try to
G.
convince / intimidate the workers into cutting these loose?
Okay.
Yes.
I walk over to
way
one.
around it.
I walk over to one of the workers. You.
Me?
You.
What?
Zero G.
No.
Find zero G.
We don't have any local people that do zero G stuff. Like we subcontract to nomads.
Like one takeover station.
What? What are you talking about?
Spate. I actually let go of my dog face form. Which I'm now fatigued, but fine.
Laddie gives Johnny a pat on the back.
Like I redo the Velcro on my armor.
That'll help.
So it's back.
The worker is kind of like taken aback by this. It's like, what the fuck?
I put away my weapons. We are here on an O-12 mission specifically assigned to protect a valuable interplanetary diplomat. That shuttle is the shuttle that the diplomat is on. I need to remove the welds on those clamps. How would I do this?
Shit, man, I don't know. Like he takes a look, he looks through the glass, very, what the fuck? It's like whoever did that, like that was a very shitty, turn of the moment job. Like that's gonna take a while to break. Like you have to probably cut the arms off, and that would take hours at least.
Explosives?
I say we take another ship. Fuck it.
I mean, if you want to put explosives on that, but you probably compromise the station if you tried.
Understood.
And not to mention the shuttle, you probably break it apart. That thing is flimsy. It looks at the Soho shuttle is like
Are
all like leafy and shit.
Is the standard procedure for clamps to activate on all ships?
Yeah, clamps activate on all ships. The welding though, like that's fucking weird.
I'm like, come with me. Let's go find other ships to see if they're all welded.
At this point, he's like, is that an order? Or like,
consider yourself. What's the term?
My deputy?
Commandeered.
That's your stuff.
Well,
oof.
Remanded.
people are commodified in the 23rd century.
Consider
Yeah,
yourself
say that to a
remanded
Hellite,
to
dude. Into
O-12
an HR
momentarily.
Shit. All right. Whatever you say, man.
Random electrician.
Antonio, did you catch all that? I left the
Yeah.
channel.
God. Antonio asked Z if she can rescan the station's network and see if she can pinpoint where the communication by Mr. Game Show host came from.
Oh,
That's not a bad
trust me. If that guy is a nomad, he's definitely gonna have it's gonna be hard to pinpoint and track. I mean, I can try, of course. I will gladly try, but I wouldn't hold your breath.
Antonio figures they didn't clamp and weld their own ship, and he's in for some boarding actions at this point.
By the way, Z, roll me another degrees of success roll. I'm liking these.
what is
They're
that?
very useful.
What
Degrees of
is-
success, like just 2d20 and let's see how many successes you get.
Oh, okay. That's what am I rolling against?
There's no set difficulty. Yeah, let's make that a 10. Yeah. So you do know that the guy's accent was not nomad.
Was not nomad.
No. The mask he was wearing was very common among nomads, but his accent was definitely not.
Okay, so the guy was not nomad.
His accent wasn't. So you can't be sure because people move around all the time.
Yeah,
But if
So
he
the
was a
accent
nomad, he
wasn't-
wasn't born in a ship.
was a nomad. Okay, so then maybe I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to see if I can pinpoint where the frequency, or if, like, the system was hijacked, or if there was some like interference where it came from. You know, pinpoint.
So
something.
roll a hacking check, and this time it's going to be difficulty 3.
Okay. Oh, we haven't gotten any new momentum yet, and nobody can really help me with this. So I'm not.
Somebody's been doing all degrees of success things, so we haven't been able to build any.
Yeah, I can help with hacking as well, but
And actually, I'm going to pay a heat to make that difficulty 4.
Oh shit.
okay. Well, I can provide assistance with hacking with the technical side, but I do not have my own hacking device. So it's up to Julio if he wants to allow the assistance to even happen.
So even still, if he's changing it to 4 successes, it's gonna take a while. We're gonna have to. We're gonna put a pin on that. I will work on pinpointing that as we move forward. So we'll continue for now, and Z will work on that, because 4 successes, I can't get. Work on it. We'll work on it. Okay.
Doubting your skill, Master Hacker?
4 successes on 2 dice?
Yeah.
That's 2 ones.
Probable. Oh, so a 1 gives you 2 auto successes?
I think you have it so that a
If
1
you
or
roll-
a 2.
If you're all under your focus, you do get 2 successes.
Wait, what?
So-
Naturally, 1s give 2 successes, but every level of focus increases that threshold by 1. So, like, if you had focus 2, I mean, that'd be like 3s or lower, and so on and so forth.
So since
I don't think a 1 normally gives you 2 successes. I think you need
I
focus
thought
for
the
that.
1 was innate, just from the system, but you might be correct on that.
Not as I remember. Because the focus is also a threshold, so if you have 0 focus, then you can't basically crit. I'll definitely look into that, though.
Question. So if I try now, would I not be able to try later? Is this one of those, like, if you fail, and you can't try again? Or if I fail, I can try again in the future? Kind of
In the future, you could try again if circumstances change. It might be easier. It might be completely impossible.
Okay, then I'm going to risk it and just... Fuck it, I'm just going to try. Because, I don't know.
How many infinity points do you have?
Oh, I can use I don't know. I have no idea. I have 2 infinity points.
If you use a singular infinity point, that will count as a dice that you've rolled a 1 on.
So that's 2 automatic successes.
As long as you have a focus, that is 2 automatic successes.
Okay, so I will totally use an infinity point for that. And then I still roll my regular 2d20.
Yeah, and then can I provide assistance without my own hacking device?
Without your hacking device, you cannot, I'm afraid.
Okay.
So with an infinity point, and I believe the 2 might be...
Oh, it is! I have focus, so it's a 1 and a 2, right?
Mm-hmm. So that would be 4 successes, actually.
Oh, shit.
However, I'm going to spend a 2 heat points to give you a complication.
That's so mean!
You do pinpoint where the broadcast that happened at the fountain happened from, which is a room on the hotel. However, you do not... you cannot determine anything from this room. Like, basically, you can tell the IP that it came from. You can tell the IP that it came from, but you do not know what or who or how it communicated with the fountain.
Sneaky. Okay. But so the signal did come. So update, guys. The signal did come from the station.
Okay.
So our culprit is here among us. Something to just keep in mind.
Red is sus.
Reddit says, I mean, Johnny and Laddie are already scanning for other ships, right? Like, ideally, we want to find one that's unclamped. I figure the culprits would not leave their own ship clamped and welded to the station. So at this point, what we can do is hold. I don't want to abandon the delegate. How is Laddie and Johnny's search going?
Man, I don't know. How is my search going?
What are you searching for? What are you up to?
We're checking the other docking bays. Well, Z, what other docking bays are full, so I don't waste my time going to empty docking bays?
Oh, okay. That's something easy. I can do that.
Yeah. You know what? I'll make that a simple check, considering that you have already access to most things. Difficulty 0.
She's fully in the she's in the thing.
I think the 6 is a pass.
Yeah. So
you'll get 1 momentum.
Yay! Finally, something.
And yeah, you get a numbered list of all the berths that are currently taken. Okay. There's a cruise right now that is docked. There are 3 private vessels that are docked, and 2 contractor marked vessels that are docked.
The private vessels, are they small or large? We're looking for.
One is basically like a private, like a boat type.
Okay.
And 2 are like large rich people yachts. So
let's go for the private
size of a house, pretty much.
Let's go for one of those yachts and see if those are free. Julio, how much heat did you just spend?
I spent 2 for the complication and 1 more for to increase the difficulty.
Okay. Just making sure that I've got my scorecards proper. All right. So yeah, let's go to let's go to the first one of the yachts.
All right, you guys make your way to the yacht that is closest to you guys, and you do see that it's also got like the same rush job welding that the shuttle has.
So, question. Somebody obviously welded shit. Would I be able to go into the camera since I'm already in the system and like check the cameras outside before the welding happened, before the explosion, before everything, to see who the fuck was out there?
They welded that quickly.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking.
So you do check the cameras. You rewind a little bit. And between the moment when you guys were attacked by the security people and the moment you all got in the shuttle, decided what to do, and got out again, and the broadcast started, there is a blank space. It's like a skip.
Fuckers. Okay. Kind of figured that, but, just gotta check. Just in case. You never know. They might miss something. Okay.
All right. So, Antonio, it looks like we've got nothing here. All the ships are clamped down.
Okay.
Gotta kill the scientist.
As to Toha, the one that's not having a panic attack, if the shuttle has any scanning tech.
Kadi at this point is much calmer, but you do ask him, and he tells you no. This is just transport. There is no other function that this shuttle has.
It's just like flips and flipping tables. It's just bullshit organic tech. I bet it works by sonar or some shit.
It's literally just a landing shuttle. There is nothing else to it.
He just made. So if it's just a landing shuttle, is there like another shuttle that you guys came from, like another ship? Or you guys just like
the main ship will have other shuttles for other purposes, but this is just for transport. Have you been able to
contact them?
As of right now, no.
Did they have a check-in point by any chance when they were supposed to check back with the with the ship?
Not that I know. Let me ask the pilot. He opens one of those doors, moves on to the front of the shuttle.
While they're doing this, we're heading back.
Don't really hear anything because these walls are not very soundy. But then he comes back and he says, the pilot has no idea if there was any kind of checkup. He knew that he was supposed to drop us off and then head back when we gave him the all clear.
Does he know when he lost communications with them?
Not really. The pilot it's not really a pilot. He's more of a.
It's an
I guess you
autopilot
would call it.
sort of thing. He just sits there and makes sure he has to press a button, kind of sort of thing.
I guess you would call it an enhanced intelligence. That.
Oh no, it's one of those servants, like a Chaksa, basically.
It's a Chaksa.
Oh no.
You have seen Chaksa before, so you know it's basically a Chaksa that was melted with the ship.
It's not
It's melted with the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a subservient race to Toha keep as slaves.
Oh, that's fucked.
like elves and halflings.
Yeah, the elves are fucked up. The Toha are messed up.
Yeah, what they do is they take like these semi-sentient beings and then they like up their intelligence a little bit, just enough to be useful, but not enough so that they can really operate by themselves.
That's...
You mean
Yeah,
the
they're
same
just-
thing that they did to Z?
Employing antipodes is
Oh,
kind of
Z is-
similar.
An intelligent creature. Thank you very much. I'm smarter than you.
Now, but I'm smarter than an octopus.
I don't know about that.
It's like a new show on Nomad TV. Are you smarter than an octopus? And they,
And then they bring Z, and she just kicks everybody's asses on the show.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
also,
these are really smart guys. You have no idea. If they live
no.
longer than 5 years, they take over the world.
Also,
Sorry.
Megan, we don't use antipodes. We are partners with antipodes. Using antipodes is the Russians.
Okay.
Love check. You see, Antonio, as a proud man of Spanish descent, knows that octopus are dangerous, and that's why the Spanish attacked early and have been eating octopus for hundreds of years. It's a preemptive strike. But at this point, Antonio is incredibly frustrated with Toha diplomatic protocol, like no checkings, no communications with the ship. They
Love, man.
Fucking space plants.
Smell the flowers, bro.
I know they probably smell like those carnivorous flowers that smell like absolute deuce.
Well, it seems like we're stuck here. So we're going to have find a safer space than this little flimsy ship.
Play the game.
Yes, but we still need to find a safe base. That is definitely part of playing the game, right?
Well, they
Safe
said we
space.
get a safe space if we kill the priest.
Oh, wait. So can I find this priest? I mean, there can't be that many priests in the manifest.
Well, as you saw, the manifest does not have the
priest.
name of the priest, Ernst Twill.
Oh,
He's not on
Ernest Quill is the priest. I actually already have his name written.
You might be able to use the system's cameras because at this point in time,
facial recognition.
Yep.
They've gotta have that. Like we have that. This is the future. They totally have that.
Super future.
go full Minority Report on them.
All right, so for
Ernest Quill.
Twill with a T, Twill.
Oh, Twill. I put
Yeah.
Quill. Sorry.
So hold on a second. Leia Stevens is Pano, and Ernst is also Pano, right?
Well, Leah Stevens is an executive for that one company. whose name
Tristerium.
Yeah. You don't know if she is Pano. You do know that the company is mostly based on Pano, as most hypercorps are.
Got it.
The priest is, according to what you heard, he used to be a priest. He was excommunicated.
Which means he was
he
Pano, and now he's punished.
Why?
Yeah.
So he's Pano.
He was excommunicated, and he is right now the leader of a terrorist organization called Prima Terra.
I look at Antonio. I'm like, look, don't you want to kill a heretic for fun?
It's not for fun. It is a matter of duty.
Well, duty, whatever your goal, whatever
To
makes
kill
you.
a heretic is not murder. It is the path to heaven.
So, let's find you heaven.
Antonio shakes his head. Is like, nah, heaven will keep his distance between itself and me for a while yet. You guys are too quick to court that. I still need you guys to find. While you guys are trying to hunt the priest, try to find a safe room on your own, because trusting the contest organizer further than you can throw him is a fool's choice.
Okay. So essentially, we didn't make it all the way back to the ship. We know that the guards were working for the priest and that the explosion works for the priest. Laddie, where do you think we should head first? Try and run down the guard's apartment and catch a scent, or the explosives?
In fact, if you guys make contact with Chu again, and you can ask him where the brig is, then assuming they have at least some form of secure containment on site, that might be one of the safest places to keep the diplomat.
That's like a high commodity kind of like. I think other people would probably think of using the brig, right?
Other people are not as good as we are.
We could take it first.
I'd like I would say we take a kitchen with a walk-in freezer, something with only one entrance. Put the artichoke in the freezer.
Hungry.
She's just putting vegetables in the freezers is like the first thing you came up with. You're like,
You
keep
gotta blanch it
vegetables
first.
safe? We put them in the freezer. I guess we have to wash them first.
No,
and
you
then
have to
we put them in
blanch it first. First wash, then blanch, then freezer.
Then pickle.
Okay, so I open my comm log and I try and contact Chu.
You do get in contact with Chu, and he picks up. He's like, hello?
So, I don't like your boss, so I'm contacting you directly.
Nobody likes my boss, mate.
Do you have any information on Twill? You have a terrorist on your station. I really hope that this is something that someone in security knows about.
It's all new to me, mate. I've heard of him. He has some kind of cookie organization going on down in Varuna. Some human supremacy crap. I don't remember.
So he's local.
Yeah.
Say Varuna in Australian again. It was good.
Varuna.
Look, we need somewhere safe to store our diplomat. Is your brig currently empty?
We don't have a brig, so to speak. We have the security office where we keep nerdy wells, but we've never really had a need for secure containment of criminals or anything like that.
At this point, I put them on hold a second. We are go for freezer. They don't have a brig, and I switch back to the other.
What about storage? Why do we have to go to a freezer? It's cold in the freezer. I don't like the cold. A storage, like, a secure storage area, maybe.
Okay, so I switch back over to Steven. Chu, any secure storage rooms, somewhere valuables might be kept?
We do have vaults, but they're small for personal things. I would say the most secure place you could possibly go is
to shove a whole diplomat in.
Just fold them up real good.
You might be able to shove your uplift friend in there, but not a whole lot, Chuck.
Maybe.
I would say the most secure place right now is the security office. Bruce is not going to be there, most likely. He's out dealing with the crowd.
Okay. Do you have access to manifests of people who are arriving and the security check? If a terrorist is trying to get on this station, where's your biggest weakness in security?
Johnny and I've only been here a month. I don't know much.
All right, fine. All right. look, I don't know what the other groups are looking like, but we're going to destroy your station as little as possible, and I'm not going to kill any more security people unless they shoot at me.
I certainly appreciate that.
Let's try and work together on this.
As far as I know, either way, most of the heavy hitters were those two. Everybody else is rescue and aid backgrounds. Myself, a former firefighter. This is not something that we're used to dealing with.
In Ariadna, firefighters are important. It's like our only good doctor.
Hey.
Question: would the security team detail be in the manifest if the VIP people aren't?
You already got the personnel files for the station, and that's pretty much what you have.
Okay. So with that being said, I hang up with Chu and go back to Antonio. Chu says the safest place is the security office. I feel like that's the first place people are going to search. Restaurant kitchens have only 1 or 2 points of entry. The walls tend to be very thick, and they have like I said, the fridge where we can turn off and put people inside of if we need something bulletproof.
Okay.
Is there? I mean, like Antonio's concern is that the majority of the food places are in the plaza that had coalesced the majority of people. Is there a large-ish, like more upscale restaurant somewhere that's separated from like the food court area? Somewhere might be more exclusive in like the higher levels of the orbital.
If you go past the spa area, I promise I'm gonna get you guys a map at some point. If you get past the spa area, you do get to what is a large observatory, pretty much, and there is another restaurant there. It has a kitchen and stuff. So.
Okay. That I mean, secluded, out of the way.
It's pretty much at the edge of the station, like as far away from everything as anything else can be. And yeah, it's a restaurant, kind of like, I don't want to say piano bar, but it's definitely where people go to, like, have a drink late at night or, in the morning, whatever. It's a space station.
Chill
Yeah. And they sit at the
Yeah.
bar and they put bread in his jar and they're like, "Man, what are you doing here?" All right. That sounds about as good as it's gonna get.
And how far away is that from where the diplomat currently is, the little space station where we're at? How far?
From the private berths where the diplomat is to that bar is actually in the exact opposite of the station, so that's gonna be like a pretty long walk from here.
Of course it is.
Well, if we do it before the bonus round ends, no one will be looking for her yet.
That's correct.
True. That is true, because everybody is going to be hunting down 12. So we have time to get her safe and maybe find Twill ourselves.
Do we want
Because I'm
to
keeping an eye out for him in the cameras and whatnot.
do we want to gather and go the 4 of us and our 2
Oh, yes, I think we should go together. Or
Yeah.
maybe
I
not.
think that if
Maybe
you
going
can-
all of us together, it might attract too much attention.
If you can scout to the halfway point and kind of like get us intel and see what's going on around there, that way we're not dragging attention beforehand. And
Can
I
we
want to ask.
Like, cover their artichoke
Yeah.
heads and, like, make
Aye,
them
sir.
look like something else.
The diplomats have some sort of clothing they can, and I apologize profusely. They're like, like emergency of the situation. I would like to go as incognito as possible to try to disguise your very distinctive features.
They do have luggage with them. They ruffle through what they have at the moment, and they do have some, like cloaks and stuff. It does look very Toha though. Like it has the signs and shit on the outside.
If we
Can
can
I just,
wrangle
like,
like a
start randomly putting shit together and, like, covering their heads and
wrangle like a
little
hijab.
ninjas?
Roll. Let's make this a difficulty 1.
Can I get a lifestyle check to do that?
lifestyle?
Let's do stealth.
Okay.
Stealth?
If this doesn't
Yeah.
work, I'll pick up some clothes on the way back from scouting.
Am I rolling or are you rolling, Antonio?
Let me check my stealth skill, and then I'll get back to you. Oh, okay. I got a 14, so...
I can assist then, can't I?
Yeah.
Okay, I will assist.
You are an octopus. You know your way around the
Oh, yeah.
camouflage.
Look at that. 3 successes.
Fantastic. So you, 4 successes in total. So you generate 3 momentum, and you do kind of make it so that the Toha designs and stuff are not visible. It just looks like really. The way that you do this is by using like grease from your armor, etc. It doesn't look good. Like it looks kind of like, wow, this is horrible clothing. Like, who has this terrible fashion sense? Yeah, but nobody's gonna look at you twice.
Must be Hack-Islamites.
Are you
Terrible
kidding me?
fashion
They're the
sense.
most fashionable people in the entire sphere.
Or so they would tell you.
Look, you
it's-
think
it's
armor
so
is
fashionable.
evening wear.
It's so fashionable that we wouldn't get it. That's what it is.
The highest fashion.
All right.
Like, okay.
So we, so rather than us scouting ahead and being far away from you guys, how about we scout so that we are at all times 1 minute ahead of you?
That sounds fantastic.
All right. So Laddie and I, like squad canine formation. We're just staying real close to each other, looking out for the hallways, looking out for
And I
side
got eyes
paths.
on camera.
Roll me observation, both of you.
Can we use our sense of smell with it?
No.
Damn it.
Observation, is that another skilly thing? Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Observation.
but Laddie and Johnny.
Oh,
That's 1 success.
It's difficulty 1, so that's good. Whew. Okay. So Laddie's gonna have a complication,
Hey, Laddie.
but 2 successes.
Laddie, spend some of that momentum to stop the complications.
Okay, let's
All
do
right.
that. That
So
was bad.
instead of generating 1 momentum, you just succeed. It's plain and simple. So as you make your way forward, you do see that the crowd is mostly tourists. Like, we're talking like a couple hundred that are in the plaza still, milling about, talking. You see that some of the restaurants around here are still like more or less functioning. Like, they're giving out food and stuff to people.
so this is more normal than people make it seem. So nobody's really freaking out too badly.
Yet.
it's a cyberpunk world, so.
This weird shit happens all the time.
The restaurants aren't. You do notice that the restaurants aren't really charging. It's just people are coming in. They're I'm a customer Royal Spacer, and they're getting like basic food items and stuff like that.
I want some food. Can you feed me?
And you do notice that some of the people in the crowd do look a lot more sure of themselves and alert than others. You can't pinpoint exactly who because everybody's milling around again, but you do notice here and there like there's someone like that looks alert, looking around. Someone like adjusting their jacket, which is usually a sign of a concealed weapon. Things like that. So there's quite a few professionals in this crowd.
Okay. They haven't announced Our Lady as a target yet, so I don't think they're going to be looking for her. So we get to the first checkpoint and announce to Z and Antonio that it's good for them to continue.
All right, we just keep going. Like, that's at this point. I mean, obviously looking around as well at the same time.
All right.
Not resting on my laurels.
The delegate Kari is gonna roll stealth, and she is going to pass. And her companion is going to roll stealth, and he's going to very much pass. So they're completely unnoticed, moving forward with you guys.
How you said it's a long walk, but long like 10 minutes or long like an hour?
No, not like an hour. This is a space station about the size of a resort. Imagine your average resort. So it's
Like a cruise ship.
A bit bigger than a cruise ship, but
Okay.
like a large cruise ship.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we keep making our way, and like I said, Laddie and I stay about 1 minute ahead. Every time we get to the next checkpoint, we let them know. We find a safe place where they can wait for us to get, and we move and move and move. Essentially, leapfrogging.
I'll actually tell you or more or less how. It's about, well, in total, the thing counting the ports and everything is 125 acres.
Jesus.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's large for sure, but it's not like huge.
All right. So, do we make it to the restaurant without any issues?
You do. You get to the restaurant. This little like it has kind of like a tiki bar feel. You know, it's very very Polynesian, so to speak. You get there. There's a few. There's a few waiters just kind of sitting at tables. There's a couple smoking on the outside. You do see that they have a stage for different performances and stuff. And on that stage, there's actually a woman putting away an instrument on a large case. It's kind of like a guitar. Johnny and Laddie, you guys would recognize it as a balalaika. And you also recognize that she is wearing a telniashka under her jacket.
So she's they're not called Russians. They're called
Kazakhs.
Thank you.
Well, she definitely looks like the part.
Okay. When we get there, since we're a minute ahead of them, I ask for the manager.
The waiters, they see your O12 insignia, and they instantly bring the manager forward. The manager is a short guy. He's like 5'7", and he's balding, has like a little pencil mustache. He's dressed in like a Hawaiian shirt. Yes, how can I help you?
Do you have private rooms?
Not as such. It's open dining. We have booths.
I would like access to your kitchen.
Absolutely. Of course. Please follow me. He brings you back to the kitchen. They do have, a large kitchen. There is several cooks and such. They're just kind of hanging out. There's no customers at the joint at the moment. And you do see they have a walk-in freezer.
Is the storage and prep area the same as the main level, or is it underneath, like in some like city restaurants and stuff like that?
It's main level. It's off to the side.
Okay.
Most of the dining area is actually outdoor, and then there is like a small walled area. That's where the kitchen and stuff is.
How many entrances to the kitchen?
2. The one that the waiters take in and out, and the other one is the back exit where they put the trash out and such.
Laddie, can you check the back entrance while I check the freezers and all that? I check around, make sure that it's safe.
Yeah, the freezer is kind of small. It's about the size of a walk-in closet, basically, a small walk-in closet. There is all kinds of stuff there, but you could fit like 2 people there that could sit, basically.
Okay.
Around the back door, there is garbage cans, or not cans, the big dumpster things. Yeah.
I radioed Antonio. This restaurant is not particularly safe, but the kitchen is pretty defensible. Only 2 ways in and out. It does give us a back way in the case that we're overrun. My suggestion is we let her post up comfortably in the restaurant until such time as we decide that she's in danger, and then we pull her to the kitchen as our first point of retreat, and then out the back door as our second.
All right, that sounds agreeable to Antonio. He just continues escorting to the place.
I look at the manager again. We would like that table, and I point to a booth directly next to the kitchen entrance that has good access to the good lines of sight. Um, Z, what do Toha eat?
Leaves? Or is that cannibalism?
Don't ask me, ask them. They should
You're the
know.
man in the chair.
I'm the man in the chair.
You're the man.
Got a chair? Mr. Chair.
You're also
the octopus.
You're also
She's
next
the
to
octopus
them.
on foot right now.
Yeah.
You're also next to them.
Who's hungry? Are you guys hungry? Food? Food always makes me feel better.
What?
Food?
Not really. Honestly, we're a little shaken at the moment. But if you believe that we should be eating, then sure.
Yeah, it settles the stomach, takes your mind off of things. It'll be good.
I asked the guy to prepare a pitcher of sangria for them for when they arrive.
Yes, of course. You see the people in the kitchen start milling about. He goes behind the bar. He puts a pitcher of sangria together. They're mostly glad to have something to do. The waiters are just kind of looking around like, what's going on? The lady on the stage is checking her comm log, kind of not really paying attention to anybody.
Is there any chance that you have some caffeine?
We have coffee.
Please.
There's Coke.
I mean, I do ask for Coke, but then they tell me no because they're uncivilized.
I'm afraid getting Coca-Cola over here is not really feasible.
Does that lady, the Kazakh lady, look suspicious?
Tell you what. Roll me a difficulty. Hold on.
Sniffer.
Can it be analysis?
Sniffer case.
Yeah, you know what? Let's make it analysis. It's gonna be difficulty 2 analysis roll.
Ouch. Alright, well, guess not. She doesn't look suspicious at all.
Just the lady.
That lady's minding her own damn business.
Yeah, she's lighting a cigarette. She's just looking through her comm log, as people often do, just looking through cell phones and whatnot.
Once
Can I find it manifest? Oh, we're not there yet. Never mind.
Once they're getting all the stuff ready so the table is comfortable, like, I don't know, Hawaiian rolls and whatever other nonsense to make the table ready for them when they get here, I walk over to the lady that Laddie was eyeballing.
Just so you know, by the way, sorry to interrupt, but this place is Hawaiian in the same way that if you take a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy, it's the original document.
Okay.
Right? Like, this is what, like, hundreds of years in the future's people's idea of what Hawaiian is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the entertainer, and I'm like, with my fucking G-Sync that I have with Laddie, I ask them to go ahead and sniff the instrument case. Jesus, it's been a long day. I don't know what's wrong with me. To see if there's any like weapons or explosives or anything like that.
Laddie will do it a sniff.
She notices you guys come up and you're like sniffing around her shit, and she's like, "Can I help you?"
We're sniffing the stage.
We are.
She just happens to be on it.
I tell her very clearly, we're just doing a security check of the restaurant. You are a performer here?
Yes.
What's your name?
Daniel Grishkin. And you are?
Johnny.
I'm going to be looking up Daniel Grishkin in the manifesto while they're Fucking.
How long,
Danielle Grishkin does show up on the staff as a entertainer.
how long have you been a performer here, Miss Grishkin?
At this point, it's hard to say. I move between all the orbitals in this place.
Have you been off of Dawn long? Dawn?
I'm not from Dawn.
Where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Like for real Earth?
Yeah. I know it's not very common to see Russian people in up in space, but I made it. I'm not an entire ATEC, you know.
Okay.
Bold claims. All right.
Do you work tonight?
I was working.
What
Now
time
it sounds
is
like
it?
Johnny's trying to pick her up.
Johnny is impressed that someone lives on old Earth. As far as he understands, his ancestors had to leave old Earth because it was a shit show.
No, they left before it was a shit show.
Yeah.
It was going to become a shit show.
I knew.
When the Ariadne left Earth, basically the U.S. and Russia were top dog. Like they were the equivalent of Pano and Yucheng now. So as far as Ariadne knows, you know, when they were rediscovered, the fact that the U.S. and Russia and the European Union are not like the ruling powers of Earth, that was like a huge culture shock.
So, do they arrive finally as we're doing... Oh, Laddie, do the sniff with the 4d20s.
Oh, right. My sniffer. That went pretty well.
3 successes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It smells mostly of cosmoline. It's packing like oil, basically, and yeah, that's pretty much what you get.
So it's not
I
a
will
weapon.
spend 1 heat to give you a complication.
All right.
And say that it is extremely pungent, so you're gonna be not smelling well for a bit.
You're mean.
He takes offense to our noses.
You guys are nosy.
He's
You
racist.
guys, your noses take offense to his packing shit.
All right, so
Who doesn't like dogs?
like we're satisfied that
Weirdos. Weirdos don't like dogs.
we're satisfied that she's not
Nice.
dangerous.
She closes her case as she sees you sniffing around. She kind of just goes like, "Yeah," takes it away from you, and says, "Do you have any further questions? I have a date."
If
Wow,
you're not,
shutting you down like that was wow.
if you're not going to be around, I have no further questions, and I walk back over to the booth.
No, I'm definitely not coming back here. She leaves.
Wow. Well, rude. Antonio hears this on the comm log, and he's just, like the lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch.
So while all this is happening, do Antonio, Z, and Kari and Suro join us? Juro?
That's the companion.
Yeah. Yeah, they all
Living part
make
of the
it.
trio.
Yep. They all make it. They're definitely mourning their lover at this point.
I point them to the booth, hand them menus and sangria.
Thank you. We do not consume alcohol, but for the rest, we are very thankful.
You don't like at all?
It's very harmful to our biology.
Come on, you get them some beer, some yeast in them. It makes them grow even larger. That's what it would do, right?
Monster Toha.
The Kari puts her hand on your shoulder and she says, I do appreciate the intention. I know that alcohol is a very important part of human fellowship rituals and whatnot, but our biology simply cannot process it very well.
It's definitely a part of our Ariadnan culture.
Well, then water. Everybody loves water.
Oh,
So-
What
absolutely.
about virgin sangria?
Just tomato juice?
Fruit juice?
What? No, yeah, just fruit juice.
What kind of
What's wrong with
Spaniard
you?
are you?
I was thinking of a
Tomato
Bloody Mary in my head because I was thinking about vegetables.
You're
And I
the
was-
worst Spaniard ever.
So we sit down. Johnny definitely posts up behind the booth, looking at the whole area. I don't know what everyone else is doing. We let them eat and whatnot, and meanwhile, I don't know what's everyone doing.
I thought we were looking for the priest on the cameras.
That
Can
I
we
mean,
sniff? Well, we can't sniff
even
around
more
for
than
the
the priest, if Z can pick up any sights of gunfighting or anything similar on the cameras while she's
I've definitely been keeping eyes on the cameras, looking for either earnest twill or any strange activity. That's what I've been focusing on.
if you can get an early bead on the other VIPs, Leia or Vladin would also be helpful.
Okay, I'll
so,
look to pinpoint any of them as well.
Looking through the cameras and just kind of, browsing through them, you do see that both private yachts that are in the berths have guards posted at the docking, or rather I'm
Gangway?
blanking out.
The gangway?
Yeah,
Got you.
yeah, the gangway equivalent. This is space. It's
Is that the
they
word
have
space in
We
front of it?
got guards. Okay.
Space
So it looks
space
like-
gangway. Also, one of the contractor ships has guards posted. They are nomads.
Okay.
They seem to be alguaciles.
What?
They seem to be alguaciles, which is
It's, the
basically
baseline troop of-
Corregidorian law enforcement.
Like, yeah. So we've got 3 ships with guards. 2 of the 2 private yachts and the
And then the
contractor ship.
Yeah.
Do we want to put money on the contractor ship being either Twill or the Game Master?
I don't think we're gonna be seeing the Game Master's ship. That's what I was asking for scanners, because I doubt the Game Master's ship is A, locked down, and B, even on the official registry. So it might be being cloaked somewhere around the station.
Are any of those ships registered to that Tristerium company, the one that Leia Stevens is part of? I can't remember the name.
No, they are both. They're docking documents. They just have generic company names and nothing else.
Okay.
And nothing on the gunfire or anything like that?
Nothing's been going on. Nothing weird or.
I reached back out to Chew.
Chill here.
Have you heard any disruptions in the rest of the station?
No, everything seems to be going more or less back to normal, other than, of course, the fact that we can communicate or leave this place. But everybody's more or less calm. It seems that that guy, whoever he was, the whole no hurt in civilians thing calmed down people. So there's been no gunfire, no other regular fires, nothing.
I mean, Antonio feels the need to ask the obvious at this point, but this is an orbital, which means that there's an orbital elevator attached to it, right? Is that been disabled?
Yeah, the orbit elevator is severed actually. Somebody cut through the stalk, and we're kind of just floating at the moment.
Okay.
Is it a stable orbit? Do I even know what a stable orbit is? I'm gonna go with I know what a stable orbit is.
You read a book about
you-
space once, you think a...
You must have taken the odd physics class. Well, by itself, the orbit is not stable, but we do have solar panels and ion thrusters, so it keeps us at a certain level above the planet. We are still geosynchronized, so the stalk is just below us. We're just not connected at the moment. We can't send the elevator down.
Mm.
All right, so I think our next bet is to start investigating Twill based on the assassinations that we saw. What was the Kelly and Donovan? They were an item. Did they live together?
Who?
Jason and
They-
Justine.
Oh.
They share a room on the station.
Where's that at?
He gives you the room number.
So Laddie and Johnny got to go explore the last one. Do Antonio and Z want to take this one?
To go explore this guy's room.
We're looking for clues to see how he connects to Twill. We were told by the game master, we don't know if it's true, that Twill started the assassination attempts early.
Well, he says that he's the one that blew up Caddy's room.
Right.
Not necessarily that he was the one that was part of the shooting.
I was gonna say we have
But we
two,
can safely assume, I think, that
It's
those
connected.
guys were.
I was gonna say we have two
They were
possible
working for
contacts.
themselves.
We have two possible contacts. One is the guards that tried to kill her, and the other is the room explosion. Both might lead to clues. If you guys want to be the ones to take this, since we got to do a walkabout last time.
I'm down to stretch my tentacles a bit.
Antonio is actually hesitant to leave the diplomat. Like he takes this task very personally, and it's not that he doesn't trust you guys; is that he doesn't see how his investigative skills would be superior to you guys' enhanced senses. He does have AR implants, but they don't actually help with.
Okay, then you stay on point with the diplomat.
And one of us can go.
Do we want to do Z and Laddie go?
Laddie's sniffer's gonna be messed up.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
You basically have like a runny nose at the moment.
I don't have a sniffer, and
Oh,
I not only don't have a sniffer, I am also fatigued until I get
Oh,
some
that's
rest.
right. All right. Well, Laddie will go.
Okay. All right.
A sniffer is better than no sniffer.
you might not need your sniffer,
Let-
just your muscles.
Look, that electrician wasn't understanding plain English. I start semi-rearranging the tables, so in the event of a firefight, we could flip them up for cover, but not in a way that would negatively affect the restaurant's ability to function, right? I'm just like vaguely moving tables around until someone tells me that I have to stop.
The waiters are just kind of looking at you do your thing. They're not about to stop an O12 accredited dog face from doing whatever he pleases.
Awesome. So yeah, it's just essentially there's places that we could very easily throw tables up to block line of sight. I don't know if it'll help any, but it's what I can do.
Antonio wants to contact Chu again, and he wants to inquire about any communications room and communications attempts that might have been ongoing outwards. Like he understands that the communications are currently blocked, but what is the security detail of the station trying at this moment to get a word out? Because an orbital being severed is obviously a big deal, and it'd be something that Baruna Tactical Command would be aware of, even if they weren't particularly making it a priority.
Yes, as Alasa, we have been making attempts to contact the outside, but we have not been successful so far. It's all white noise out there.
And then obviously, as far as visuals, do they see any anything on visuals, like looking out into space, any proximity on ships? Have they been trying to do any, kind of like the O12 Space International, like SOS beaming on Morse code?
That's actually a brilliant idea. I hadn't thought of that. I'll send some of my boys to take care of that.
Chu sounds so unimpressed with us all the time.
He's a very calm guy.
Chu's like, these fucking guys.
Why can't they just sit still?
It's a very, very calm dude.
I have a mission here.
Considering that he was a firefighter, he's been in the shit, and this is just another flavor of the shit.
Like, part of Antonio's backstory is that he was stranded on a ship, and rescue was very late coming. So he's not in panic mode yet, but he's just like, I've been in this shit before, and it is not fucking happening again. Not on my watch.
That's why Antonio's so upset.
But nobody's panicking as the fact that the station's like not really connected, and I mean that's still kind of under control. So like we're not like
people were panicking.
Communication is kind of weird, and I'm kind of odd that more people aren't panicking about the enclosed communication that we can't like communicate out.
Yeah,
of the
imagine if
station.
the Wi-Fi went down for everyone all at once.
Like that's kind of serious. Some kind of odd. Can I still connect to that Nomad cloud server kind of sort of thing?
Arachne?
Yes.
You can't connect to Arachne from here.
I cannot.
You cannot.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. There's Maya access, but the Maya access is basically mostly just archive pages and the local data sphere.
And whatever the year 2300 version of the no Wi-Fi T-Rex is.
Yeah.
Who are we kidding? It's probably still the same T-Rex.
Classic.
Yeah, Google has become a hypercorp, and now it evolved into Aleph.
It is sentient now.
So yeah, how are you guys playing this then?
Okay, so me and Laddie are gonna go check out the room that Adrian and Kelly were sharing. I'm obviously checking out the cameras, making sure we definitely don't want to bring any attention to this restaurant whatsoever. So we're going to make sure nobody's watching us as we sneak out.
All right. Roll me a difficulty 1 stealth and a just difficulty 0 observation.
Both of us?
My stealth. I don't know if I rolled that. Did it roll?
See anything? Oh yeah, it rolled.
Not very good.
Yeah, good enough. That's 1 pass, so you'll pass. I'm pretty sure this is 1 pass.
At least one.
One very good pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laddie, you generate. I'm pretty sure you have focus on momentum, right? You must, as an antidote. On stealth, I mean, focus on stealth.
Where'd stealth go? Yes.
Perfect. So you generate 1 momentum. And now both of you roll me a difficulty 2 observation.
Okay.
Oof.
That's
What is that?
I like how it puts it in green, like, yeah, it's super good, but no, it isn't.
I know. It's the opposite. I'm just like, no, that's not good.
Do we want to spend a momentum to continue to prevent Julio from having
Yeah,
complications?
please.
Do we have a
Make
momentum?
Yeah.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
Eagle blind.
Hell yeah.
I will definitely use a momentum.
Awesome.
All right. So
So-
Laddie, I think for Laddie that's 2 passes. And for Z, that is a pass and a fail, so not quite enough. Okay, so Laddie does notice as you two are making your way to the room that there is one man that's very clearly in priestly garb going around the people and helping out with like the whole panicking thing. Hands on shoulders, talking here and there. He has long hair though, and the guy on the image that you had seen was balding.
But they might be together.
And I'm pretty sure that we can do all sorts of cosmetic
Crazy
surgeries.
cosmetic shit, yeah.
Especially since he's in Pano.
Our laddie's gonna pat his cephalopod friend. He's gonna like nod in that direction where Mr. Priest Man is.
Is going around, just handing water, talking to people, doing
Do I
priest inner
recognize
crisis things.
his robes as being any particular like sect or religion following?
He's just wearing like a regular black suit, a universal standard black suit with a clerical collar.
Okay. Do you think we should question him, or should we stay on mission? Is there a way that I could put like a tracker on the computer, like a facial recognition tracker to keep tabs on that priest guy while we complete our mission? Just to keep tabs on him while he's moving about the station, kind of sort of thing?
Ooh,
sure.
Laddie could bump into him and do it and say sorry because he can't do a lot of words.
Like a tracker.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any trackers on your equipment? Like, is that a thing you have?
Can
Oh, wait.
I make a tracker? Or is that like a specific thing?
It would be a thing. Like
Laddie has his tracking collar, but that's his.
Free collar.
Just snap it
walk up
around
to the
his
priest
neck.
and like snap it on his neck.
Roll for intimidation.
Belong to me
You
now.
are my bitch.
I mean, you can try and put it in his pocket, although it's probably not a small collar.
Yeah.
The collar and like
Or
anecdotes are about the size of a gorilla, so you'd think it'd be like some
He's
like thick,
big boy.
freaking thick.
No, but would I be able to keep track of him with just the computer, with the camera?
You can make it so that you pretty much bookmark him, considering that you have the you have the manifest for all the guests as well as access to all the cameras, and just click of a button you can just snap to his wherever he is on the resort.
Do I find him in the manifest? Do I get a name?
Yes, you do find him in the manifest. He is only there as Father Ernesto.
Father Ernesto.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other data of any sorts.
Yes, he is from Paradiso, and he was on vacation, supposedly.
Okay.
Paradiso is where the actual war is taking place, right?
No, sorry, not Paradiso. My bad. He's from what's the other place called?
Look,
Just a
man,
sec.
I knew exactly one Ariadne planet, and that was it.
Acontecimiento. He's from
okay.
Acontecimiento.
Yeah. Space Brazil.
I knew that word.
I know words too. There's no need to brag.
Now everybody's patting themselves on the back, like I know words and shapes and stuff.
Yeah, he's from Acontecimiento. He's here on vacation, and he has an extended stay he has been here for a month, and it still has about a month left on his stay. And he will be leaving with a cruise ship, and he came with another cruise ship.
Interesting. Okay, so we're just gonna keep tabs on him, but stay on target so we don't stay separated for very long. but I'll definitely let Antonio and Johnny know. So we got tabs on another priest guy. Not the priest guy we're looking for, but it's a priest guy, so I'm going to keep tabs on him just in case.
I asked Antonio, do you have any sort of rank over clergy members?
Antonio does not. He is not a Father Knight. Although the military orders serve as an arm of the church, not all knights are ordained priests.
Okay.
So he is as much as a layman as you can be within a strictly Catholic organization.
Okay.
So Pano,
What Antonio is saying is that he'd like to get laid someday.
What do you mean someday? He does it on a regular basis.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's-
Pano is mostly Catholic because Pano is ruled by what is called a lobbyocracy, I guess you would call it. Basically, organizations can lobby the government, and whoever lobbies the best gets what they want. And the Catholic Church is actually one of the biggest lobbies.
Antonio
part of the
goes
reason
around
is also
sleeping with
that
wenches and asking for forgiveness.
The Catholic Church is also in control of resurrections. In Pano, they control the resurrection lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Pano-
everybody wants to
particular?
be a good Catholic person, so that they get resurrected and they get jumped to the front of the queue.
And these and for anybody watching that is uninitiated in the world of Infinity, by resurrections we don't mean in a religious sense. There is actually, if anybody has watched something like Altered Carbon, everybody has a thing embedded in their head that as long as it is recovered, you can be restored to a new body.
Laddie and Johnny don't.
They don't, because they are dirty savages.
Ariadnes from basically the thorough world of Infinity. But everybody from, bigger, more rich nations has those things. Every Panosianian, almost every Yuching citizen, most Japanese citizens, that kind of thing.
do I have?
Yeah,
a cube?
even the octopus has a cube.
Yeah. You would have a
You
version.
most definitely do.
I wanted to keep me around.
If I die,
most
I
nomads
die.
have cubes too.
If it's in essence kind of also still like Altered Carbon, where if you die but you are not rich, you're not getting much out of having that. Like, you'll be put into like storage,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the end for you. But if you have enough influence or power to be part of that front of the lottery, you'd be revived into a new body.
Yeah, depending on the nation, it's also either harder or easier, or it depends on different things. Like in Hakkaslam, it's not easy, but it's much easier than in many other nations.
Because they
Almost
control
everybody.
the resource that makes the technology possible.
Yeah,
They don't
in
have
Panos-
cubes in Hakkaslam. They do backups.
Some do backups. The assassin mainly do backups, but the layman, the richer layman, would probably be able to afford a cube. In Panosiania, it's religious and so on.
The whole thing of the silk, which is the resource for that, was actually the biggest sticking point today when we were talking about the RPG on one of the Infinity groups. People are uncertain about exactly how rare or not rare this particular thing is.
Oh,
I think
for
that
some people, it's rare. For others, it isn't.
Yeah, I think the contention was on the
Artificial
phrasing
scarcity.
that it was both scarce yet common.
Yeah.
So
if you're
it's
in
kinda like-
Africa, it's probably really easy to get your hands on some diamonds, like off on the side. But if you're in most of the rest of the world, you're gonna get inflated prices because of artificial scarcity. Yeah, like Megan mentioned.
Damn, that's a really good analogy for it, actually.
Exactly.
much.
We need to get Laddie a cube because we can't afford to lose Laddie.
Yeah, no, it's like losing Lassie, and like you can't have Lassie without Lassie. You can't have the good boys without the best boy.
What? Then we'd have to find a body, another doggy body.
You can
I'm
make-
sure.
We could vat grow some antipodes.
Yeah, I'm
It's
pretty
not
sure
too crazy.
we can buy some from the Nomads. They've crafted some weird genetic anomalies that we can
Yeah,
slot
like
out.
you go somewhere.
I got a guy. Don't worry.
You go somewhere in Bakunin and like some back alley, and you're gonna see a guy that's like, yeah, I got it. Like opens, has like a whole closet full of like antipodes and bats. Like, what you want? Big, small? You want red fur? You want white fur?
It's like, oh, normally people buy these for sex, and you what?
Nomads.
I beg your pardon?
So guys, I don't know how many of you are looking at the time, but it is now 9:51. So I suggest that we end the session with them arriving at the explosion room.
So, well, they were not headed to the explosion room. They were headed to.
Oh, sorry.
Adrian, Ellie,
That we end the session with them arriving at the apartment, unless you think that the apartment is a quick scene.
So let's go through the scene that happens when they get to the apartment, which is they arrive at the door, and then at the center of the plaza there are fireworks suddenly that go out, and a fanfare starts playing, and the hologram appears. Is our friend Guingole appears again, and he says, "Hello, everyone! I have some good news for some not so good news for others. It depends on where you stand on the whole game thing. But if you are playing, I'm sorry. It seems like you just missed the chance to take down our loved Father Twill. If you look over here, you'll see exactly how that happened." And then you see kind of like a shaky, like GoPro-ish video of a hallway, and there's a couple of dead guys on the hallway. There's a door at the end. The video runs forward. A big combat boot, knocks down the door. There are two guys inside. They turn around quickly and aim their guns, but before they can shoot, two knives straight into their heads. And behind the desk, it's an office decorated in the old style. You see Father Twill. He's shaking. He's like, "Oh my God, please do not kill me. I. And another knife right between the eyes. The camera kind of dismounts, turns around, and you see Daniel Grishkin, the music player that you just saw in the outside of the restaurant where you guys are holed up. And she looks into the camera and she's like, "Mission accomplished, boss." Throws a peace sign, and the video ends.
Man,
it's like
Maddie
it looks like
sus.
Guignol says, "It looks like our assassin got the Twill before any of the contestants could. It's truly a tragedy, but this is just how things go sometimes. Nobody gets the safe room, but the game will be starting after this." And
Actually,
that's how it's doing, essentially.
That's perfect, because that means that we know that it doesn't matter that she knows where we are, because she was the assassin for Twill, and doesn't care about us.
But she still holds the information of where we are at, which isn't helpful. So I actually recommend we move. Just saying.
All right, well, that'll be the first decision for next week. All right. So that was a ton of fun. I'm loving my character. Julio.
We're on a game show.
Hey, man. I love it. So Johnny is pretty straight-laced, but he's still a younger military guy who really likes the idea of competition, and it gets the best of him. Johnny is a lot like Booth from Bones. Like, yeah, he's a pretty serious guy, and he does his job, but he also wears funny-colored socks.
All right, well, Laddie's theory right now is that this guy is JSA, because who else makes crazy-ass game shows like the Japanese?
Ultimate Takeshi's Castle!
That's awesome.
And Johnny has this knowledge because Laddie has already thought of it.
We talk. So first of all, I'd like to thank everybody who came out for watching us tonight. It's great having you. Great having some chat going on. If you ever have any questions about Infinity or the channel or anything for the players, chat's definitely the way to get it noticed. We are constantly watching it, which is why it's up in the corner there. Good Boys will be back next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and Land of Ice and Snow will be here Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We should be starting our YouTube channel where you can catch up on older videos this week or within the next week or so. Also, don't forget for the Sailor Jotun fan art contest, which is currently going on. Kat, do you remember the? Does anybody remember the deadline on that?
March 1st, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
March 1st?
I think so. Now you're making me second guess it because you just questioned me.
You are right. It is. So the deadline for the Sailor Jotun fan art contest is March 1st at 6 p.m. The fan art contest, you can find out more information on our Facebook or Twitter, which you can find at 3B Radio in either of those places. Instagram also. Next thing, I'd like to thank our subscribers. Richter AS, Lady Arson, presumably Pyro, Talking Nerdy, Yarek76, Teachacone00, Escarbalo001, Dr. Pashi, Adam Robeson, Gafe Nar, and Bloodstorm. Guys, you all rock, and you are what is making it possible for us to continue to find new content and continue to grow what we're doing. Everybody say bye.
Bye, guys. Hope you enjoyed
Good
the
night.
episode.